Hi everyone. Just the month's again by another month. It's a quick month, that one. February. It's only 2 or 3 days difference, but geez, it seems to go, or it seems to fly. First thing I've got to do, but is thank you all again for your support. As you can, it does mean it, and does help a lot. You've no idea how much it helps, and obviously. Giving something back like this makes me feel a lot better, and it's a great way of sort of passing on some of the flies that I actually tie, and they do go round the world. They really do, everywhere. There's hardly a country that doesn't watch fly tying or ties flies, which is pretty amazing. When I first started, I didn't realise there was so many people did tie, so it's great to see, and again, I can't thank you enough. Now, I've obviously got quite a few things here. I've got actually, the main draw is obviously for the box of flies. Now I have 8 boxes of flies you can choose from. I've got a great selection, and I will be adding to the boxes as the months go on. I've got a salmon fly box, tube fly I'm going to be doing, the bigger, this kind of Scandi type tubes. I've actually got 3 started, so I'm getting there, starting that box. I've got other ideas as well, but if you have any of your own, it's always worth hearing from you. I'll be commenting, and if I don't answer you, it's in the back of my mind somewhere, that I'll write it down so that I do remember. So anyway, just to give you an idea of the boxes, and as I say, there's quite a few. I've added 3 this month. The first one, well, the last one I've done was this one here. Now there's, I think there's 108 flies in this, so there is. I'll put a picture up so you can see a wee bit closer. This is dry flies for the lochs and the rivers. You could easily use them in the rivers, but they're basically around the rivers, the lochs. But there's olive patterns there. There's midge. There's caddis type, like give the impression of caddis hatching and laying eggs and so on. So that's a really good box. As I say, there's 108 in that one. Now the other 2 that's is this one here. I've got the palmers for the lochs. I mean, these are like, they could be dry flies as well. Some of these flies. I've got the hedgehogs. I've got the muddlers. I've got just the palmers, the bumble-like type look. I've got the sort of green peters. What else have I got here? Sort of mayflies. Wickham's Fancy, a great pattern as well. So it's a lovely, that's another good box. Then I go from that one to this one here, which is basically wets. These are just like when you get the spider style without a wing. You've got the winged, you've got the sort of tractor patterns. Basically the latest one I just did there, the peacock butcher. I've got a frenzy, I would call it a frenzy, and so on. There's 1 or 2 others, teal blue and silver and so on. Great, but another good box. Today were really flies that were all round about fishing in the whole lochs of Scotland, and any loch really. So, and again, there's a good choice of some flies there if you want to go that type of fishing. We've got this box here, which you have seen before. This is the grayling box, and brown trout. It's got the tungsten beads, pheasant tails. It's got killer bug, great fly. We've got Sawyer's pheasant tail, the grey goose, hare's ear. So another good selection of flies. And so remember how many's in it. It's got the sticker saying so. River nymphs. So I'd like to thank the good lady for that. Now on this one, you got the river dries. Now this is some patterns I really enjoy fishing. These are basically spider patterns. They're dry flies, but they're flies without a wing. And but patterns I've caught many fish over the years. Now this selection's from Let's Fish the Clyde, a book on flies for the River Clyde by Bert Sharp, and you may know it's one of the first books I ever read in fly tying, and so it's influenced me over the many years I've been tying. So that's a great wee box, and there's 72 in that one. Then we go into, I've got another 2 here. We've got the Irish wets, and there's only one row of dry flies, which is down the base down here. And then we've got the other patterns. We've got McPhail mayfly, we've got the sunburst, the olive, got the grey, got dabblers, we've got the tippets, the Carson, the great pattern, it's one of mine. We've got the Davie, we can go on, we've got the dabblers there, say the sunburst or the international. Even got the goat's toe, it's a variant, although it's a variant because it's got jungle cock, but basically the octopus, that type of fly, you've got the sunburst tail cape, another good pattern. And if you fish the lochs and islands, you'll know where they fish. And they fish here as well, I mean they fish anywhere. Then we've got a salmon fly box, a good selection of salmon flies, this one. Now this here's got, basically they're tied on 4s and 6s, a good size when, I would say in the springtime when the water's low, or when there's a wee run in the water, where you need a wee bit extra colour and size. It's a good box. Now there's 30 in there, so it's a good selection as well. Now the largest box is this. It's one for your back pocket there, unless you've got big back pockets. That's got the saltwater flies. Now there's 50 in this, so there's a really good selection. There's saltwater flies obviously for sea trout and for any bass, or if you're good enough, if you can go somewhere in the world, you can catch other species of fish with these. The clouser minnows in there as well, so it's another nice box there, a good selection and a good boxes to go with it. So that's the box of flies. So as I say, there are quite a few. I've got other things I want to give away, which I'll give away. I'll be giving away like them at the end. And in between, I've got the actual flies that are tied and filmed throughout the month, which you'll probably have seen on YouTube. So we're going to start with the first. We're going to draw for a box of flies. So you've got that choice, which I just did. And as you say, if we go to the generator now. This generator it's an Apple app that I use. The only thing I've got, I can't control any of it other than pressing the number generate. So this is for the box of flies. So it's the choice of those boxes that you spoke about. So we'll do the draw for that. And the number is 211. 211 for that box. So I'll be in touch probably tomorrow, so we'll send you emails, but if you see your number, you should have my email, so just send me a message. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the flies that are filmed throughout the month. I'm going to start off with just the first one that comes to hand. This one here is the quilt bodied bibio, which is one recently I did. A good pattern. Now there's a couple of flies in the back there to get a cast with. There's a wee muddler there, a wee caddis pupa. So that's a nice wee fly, and we'll draw for that. And the number 130. 130. Now we're going to, this one's the parachute bibio hopper. Very popular fly on YouTube, this one. And it's a really good pattern for the lochs. And it'll work in even the river when I would catch with this when the hawthorns around, it would certainly work. So we'll generate a number, and the number for that 132. 132. Now we're on to, this is the corabi duck fly. Again, there's another couple of flies in the back, you can probably see. We've got a soldier palmer muddler and a yellow owl, a grunter. So we'll draw a number for that. 212. 212. Now we're going to the Leggy Hedgehog. This one here. Just a small part. It's a great wee. You can easily make this float. It's a good dropper fly. It's very good in the lochs. Again, I've got another couple of flies. I've got an adult midge and another caddis pupa, the emerger one. So something you can have a cast with again. So we'll generate a number for that.
267.
267. Now we're on to, this is a hen pheasant all-rounder. It's a good March brown pattern, it's very good for that. It's one of these type of flies. It's called an all-rounder because it'll give the impression of a few flies. So both rivers and lochs this will fish. So there's two there, so you have an extra one for casting with.
105.
105. Then we'll just happen to be one of the biggest flies I've got. Basically, this is the super stretch shrimp, which is basically it's a sea trout fly. Though you could fish in the salt water anyway, but I'm not sure. This would catch the steelhead as much as it would catch the sea trout or any fish that's looking for something decent to eat. And on the other side I've got a squid pattern here, and actually it's just white, you can't see it too well, but you can see the orange eye. So we'll draw for that.
254.
254. Now we're on to, this is the Coq de Leon Cinnamon Caddis. There's three there. There's the one I tied obviously, and a couple of extra, so you can have a cast with. Another nice pattern, nice style. So we'll draw a number.
99.
99. Now I've got the anti-static buzzard, or it's just basically a shuttlecock or midge. A couple of flies on the other side there. I've got a variant of the clan chief and a wee goat's toe. A couple of nice flies you can have a cast with as well. So we'll draw for that.
255.
255. Now we're on to the Dunkeld variant. This is another very attractive type fly. It can be fished for both rivers and lochs. And again, the other side I've got a McPhail mayfly as a dry, and a soldier palmer muddler. So you recast with them. And the number for those
93.
is 93. This is, I think this is the last video I put on. It's a peacock butcher. There's a couple there for you can easily have a cast with. A couple of nice fly, nice and bright. Good for sea trout as much as they are for trout. So the number for them,
64.
number 64. We've got another, this is the Coq de Leon Granum. That's a caddis there. There's three in this card, so again there's a couple there for you to have a cast with. A nice pattern.
258.
258. Now we're coming on to the last three, so if the number hasn't come up, I've still got some more things. I've got here, this is I think there's 12 packets of blob frits in different colours, some lovely colours there. And this was given to me from Uphaven to give away in the draw, so I've got to thank them for that, and very kind of them to give me it. So to give you a chance of some of the fritzes and the blob fritzes that I actually use. So it's a good package, so we'll do a number for them, and the number is
179.
179. Now I've got the beginner's guide to fly tying material pack. I gave one of this away last month, and it's a great wee pack. It's got lots of things in there, hooks, threads, beads. It's got some natural materials, pheasant tails and so on. Wing quills there. So it's a lovely wee starter pack for someone that wants to start and make a great wee gift. So we'll draw a number for that.
42.
Number 42. Then finally I've got this set of tools here. Now I got these, I bought them for just again for if you know somebody that wants to start and get a set of tools. I'll show you what they look like. Just take them out. You can see them a wee bit better. Hold them up so the light's not on them. So you've got your 4-inch scissors with the fine points, with the ceramic tipped, you've got your bobbin holder, got the hackle pliers, make sure the light's not going to take away, and your dubbing needle. So it's a nice wee set to have, nice wee set to get you started. So this the pit finisher there, sorry I never mentioned, is basically, there's mine there. So this is the original, it's the Mattarelli, it's in the style of the Mattarelli. Does the same job, it ties and finishes off, whips off, so make a great wee gift to someone, or even to yourself. And this is the last number, so generate.
80.
Number is 80, so there we are. That's everything for this month. As I say, I can't thank you enough for all your support. It does really help, more than you think, and I'll try to give as much back, and we'll carry on obviously doing the draws. We'll keep building up the boxes, and hopefully your number will come up and you can have a choice, and we'll see how we go from there. So we've got a few things planned for this year. We'll see how they go. We can never plan the way things have been going the last couple of years, so I'm going to do a wee documentary. People like to know where I live, and I'm going to show you the area where I fish, where I used to when I started, and hopefully show you some nice bits on the River Doon and the River Aire where I fish, and maybe somewhere else, I don't know. Go up to Lochdoon, which I love the water, where it was my playground. It's where when I left the house, it's like 10 minutes, quarter an hour walk, and you get lost in the heather, as we'd say in Scotland. So anyway, again, thanks for dropping by until the next draw, and if your number hasn't come up this time, so hopefully the next time. So thank you for watching.